This week in Post, taking a look at Luminar and its really cool presets. Hi everyone, I'm Scott Davenport. Welcome to In Post. Thanks very much for joining me today. Today I'm talking about Luminar. Now I've mentioned Luminar before and I think I've used it in a couple of In Post videos. I've been playing around with it more and more, kind of using it to shake up my processing and just rediscover images in a different way. I find that I'm really enjoying their presets. They're a great starting point for a look and feel for an image. Now, if you haven't tried Luminar, they do have a 30-day free trial, I'm pretty sure. And if you like it, you can knock $10 off the price. I got a discount code called SDP10. Scott Davenport Photo, SDP10. I'll put that down in the show notes here. So if you want to pick it up, save yourself a little money. Well, let's get into Luminar here and take a look at it. So this is kind of the default view of it. And I've just got this photo of a big old log and some bunch of sea foam here. And I said it's very adaptive, meaning you can do more or less everything with just presets, which is this little guy here. And you can just start choosing things. But you've also got all these controls. So everything here, you can do anything you want. You've got billions and billions of, I feel like Carl Sagan, billions and billions. You've got all these different filters. You've got workspaces where you can group things together. But if you just like to work simply, you can ignore all that and just work with the presets. And there's one that I was having a lot of fun with on this particular image. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. It was called Ghost Ship. There it is. And what I like about it, you hit it and you get the look right away. But then you can just dial in the entire preset as strong or as weak as you want. And I actually kind of like the like a halfway point or so on that one. Now from here, if you like the presets, that's great, and you dial it in, and you're basically done, and you move on with your processing to your next image. If you want to go and tinker with it and tune it, that's where you go back to these panels up here. And now here are all of the settings that preset put on the photo, and you can start playing with more of them, right? If you have this microstructure, maybe I want to have more crunchiness to it. It feels like there's some film grain on here too. I don't know if that's in here somewhere. Well, I could just be dreaming that one or what I'm seeing there. Maybe I can add some. What do we got? Got some film grain? There's some grain. So I'll add in some grain to give this more of a film feel. And so it's I don't know, I'm enjoying using the interface a lot. It's got layers. I'm not going to do too much with layers on this particular photo, but just to give you a quick look at it, we can create layers. We can add a new adjustment layer. You can also bring in another image. So if you're doing HDR work, you want to blend in a texture, you want to do a double exposure kind of look, you can add those right in there as well. Let's go ahead and have a little fun. Let's go ahead and add another adjustment layer. And usually the way I'll work with Luminar is I'll apply a preset for the basics. And let me actually get rid of our presets panel. I don't need those anymore. I've applied my main preset. Once I do that, I'll fine-tune things with these adjustment layers. And so for this one, I might want to do some type of, I usually do a vignette on most of my photos. So let's go ahead and add a vignette. And it works like you would expect any vignette tool to do. We can decrease the amount there. You can actually raise inner brightness. That's actually kind of a nice little feature. Let's tailor that down a little bit. I like to really reduce my feather so I can see where is my vignette going. That looks cool. I'll bring that feather back up. Nice and soft. So, a little before and after. But it's nice because I'm putting that on a different layer, right? So I can decide, change my mind, whatnot, all the way along the way. And what's the last thing I'll usually do here? Usually I work, it's a bit of almost a reverse workflow for me. Because what I find is once I've added presets and I've done a little vignetting, or if I want to add some detail and brushing it in certain areas, I'll notice the little flaws that end up resulting. And I can see a couple of dust spots up in the sky there. Well, they've got all these eraser tools here as well. So let me grab the retouch tool and I can take care of a couple of these spots here. Tap that one there. And there's one more maybe right next to it. And we'll go ahead and apply those. Actually, I'll show you the double step here. You can do erase, and this will go and actually do the smoothing and the erasing. And so you can kind of sanity check your work. Did my erasings look good? And that one looks all right. That one looks all right. And there's one more small one there. I'm going to ignore it for now. And then you can apply those changes. So it'll take all of those erases and then apply them. So you do have a little bit of flexibility in trying things out before committing them. And erasing things, it actually puts it onto a new layer here as well. So again, it's a non-destructive type thing. But really summing it up, I just like the preset angle to this. They've got a nice set that are in there. I like how you can dial them in at specific strengths, and it's adjusting the overall look, not just an individual slider, but it's like take all those filters and put them together, and then you're adjusting the entire look in one fell swoop. That's really the tip of the week. That preset angle that Luminar has put together. Pretty slick. And that's going to do it for this week in post. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, leave me a comment. Let me know you did. And I hope you'll check out Luminar. It's a fun tool to use, and I think it's a good addition to your toolkit. Until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Happy shooting. All right, let's do this thing. And I'm going to do a take 2. And if you like it, you can buy that was very Robin Williams-esque, I feel.